Hello everybody. Today in this video I'm starting a brand new two-part series and on how to rank up in Street Fighter 6. Okay, we're gonna break down pretty much every rank from, well, the first video is gonna break down every rank from rookie all the way up to gold, and then the second video is going to work on platinum and diamond and going into masters. And each rank we're going to say 3 things that you need to pick up to become a good Street Fighter player. So let's get into it, shall we? Okay, we're going to start off with rookie. With rookie, this is basically when you we're gonna assume that you never touched a fighting game in your life, and we're gonna start from the rookie. Okay, what I did was I did my placements, lost all my placements, all 10 matches, just so I can start from rookie. I went to character select on the first match to see who I was gonna use, which character I was gonna use to demonstrate how to get through the ranks. And ironically, it picked Cammy. And when I say ironically picked Cammy, if you go back through all the YouTube videos that started out 2 years ago, as far as how to get out of ranks and how to level up and this and that, or how to learn the game, they were mostly used by Cammy. I'm not making this up. This is the computer that picked it. I'm just going where it tells me to go. Okay, so we're starting off with rookie, and it's all about fundamentals. And the 3 things that you have to do is, step 1, you have to learn the basics. And what I mean by the basics, you have to learn what buttons does what when you press it. Is it punch or kick? You got to learn how to move, as far as when you use the joystick or the leverless or the buttons, or or keyboard. What is it? A and D. Do you move forward? Do you move backward? Can you forward dash? Can you back dash? You need to learn that. Step 2, defense. Defense first. Defense is basically the fundamentals of you becoming a good, if not great, Street Fighter player. All the greats learn how to defend. And when you in rookie, you got to learn how to defend. You need to learn how to defend against aerial attacks. You need to learn how to defend against crouching attacks. You need to learn how to defend against high and mids. You just need to learn how to defense. You need to learn how to block. Blocking is just like folding in Texas Hold'em. It's very, very underrated, and people forgo because they want to be stylish, but defense wins championships. Okay, step 3, building confidence. The reason why I'm saying is build confidence. What you need to do is, when you first turn the game on, and let's assume you never touch a fighting game, you have to go through your placements. Go through your placements, even if you don't go to training mode, and just go to through your placements, and you're gonna lose a lot. Well, I won't say lose anymore. You say learn, because there's only win or learn. There's no such thing as losing. You're always learning. So you get that out your system. You go do your placements so you can learn, because when fighting games, you're gonna be learning a lot. Okay, if you want to be good, if not great, you're going to be learning a whole heck of a lot. So get the placements out the way, and then after that, then you can go into training mode. Then you can go to CFN or look up certain matchups. But when you're in rookie, do those 3 things and you're Gucci. Now you're in iron. What should you work on in iron? In iron, you want to learn your BNBs. BNBs, aka bread and butter, is your combo. You need to at least learn 1 or maybe 2 bread and butter combos. And these combos you want to practice in training mode over and over and over until it becomes second nature. Then on the second thing you want to do is you want to learn how to do anti-airs. You want to learn how to anti-air people, because down here in iron, and from iron all the way up to probably the end of silver or the first of gold, people jump a lot. So yes, it can get a habit. Teach yourself not to jump as much, and pick your spots when to jump. Okay, but with that being said, you also have to learn how to anti-air. If you can anti-air, or you learn which buttons does which, and you learn how to anti-air people, you can go far. That alone, you being able to block people and you be able to anti-air people, will get you to go easy in 2 hours, no flat. Trust me, it works. Another thing, in iron, you need to start learning about your super gauge and your drive gauge. A lot of people, especially in iron and bronze and silver, they burn themselves out. You need to figure out how to be aware of how to use your meter, or in this term, meter management. You must learn how to use and don't burn yourself out, but learn how to abuse everybody else meter, as far as, you know, have them blocking and doing damage so that they can run out their meter, and set them up so they can burn themselves out. And they do that a lot down here in iron, bronze, and silver. Now that you're in bronze, trust me, you're gonna go against you're gonna go against two different types of players. You're either gonna go against the players that know just a tad bit and they just keep jumping anti-airing, or you're going against a lot of smurfs that's trying to start off and trying to do videos like I'm doing. But what you do is you got to work on your spacing. You got to work on your footsies. You got to learn how to outspace somebody. You got to learn how to space somebody so you can, you know, you whip punish. You got to learn that. You got to learn how to punish unsafe moves. You got to learn how to, if somebody does, like if you're, you know, you're blocking and they do if they got Ken or Ryu and they do a SRK, a show you can. Learn what you can do to punish and get the most maximum damage and punishing them. Also, this is when you start building a game plan. This is when you start implementing your, how can I say, your flavor, your flash, your flourish, if you will. This is when you get the character and you learn how to implement your own style and you know, into your character. Like I said, we started with Cammy, so this is when you want to learn how to implement your style of play and learn how to rush down, learn how to zone, learn how to anti-zone, learn how to anti-rush down, learn how to be defensive, learn how to be offensive. This is where you start to play with that in bronze. You start to learn and figure out who you are. These are your first walking steps as a toddler in the fighting game community. Now in silver, what did you work in silver? Silver, okay, you really need to work on whiff punishing. You need to know how to punish somebody who's whiffing buttons or whiffing moves and they're hitting nothing. You need to know how to learn how to punish them for pushing a button. You also need to learn throws and teching and how to throw tech. It is very beneficial to learn how to break throws. This is down here. The sooner and faster you learn it, the easier it'll come when you go into higher levels. You got to learn how to throws and techs. And you also got to learn how to shimmy. What is a shimmy? A shimmy is like, let's say you threw somebody in the corner. You run up to them and throw them again. But with a shimmy, you can act like you're about to approach them, and then you dash back or you get back a little bit, and you'll see them do a throw animation, and then you punish it with like a whiff punish. You punish their throw animation with an attack. That is the shimmy. You got to learn that. You don't have to master it down in silver, but you got to implement it into your game plan, and you got to learn how to do it. And then no better way or no better place to do it than in silver rank. Also, you got to focus on drive system management. I said earlier in bronze, you got to learn about the drive system and whatnot. But here, this is where you really need to pick it up. You need to pick it up a notch, take it up a notch. You need to learn how to get people into burnout. And when you get them in burnout, how to punish them while they're in burnout. You also got to learn how to manage your meter more efficiently so you don't get in burnout. You got to learn how to block and use the parry system so you don't get put in burnout. You got to learn when to use the ODs from your drive gauge so you don't get burned out. So silver is very, very crucial, very, very important is when you learn all this stuff, because it gets harder when you get in gold. Because gold, oh my God, let's talk about it. Gold, it doesn't matter what game you're playing. This is the area where the beginning or the cusp of Elo Hell. Elo Hell is platinum. It doesn't guard the game, but this is gold is the cusp. This is where the people who think the smart Alex, the people who think they know better, the people that refuse to train, the people that refuse to be better. These are the perfect narcissistic players down here that are stuck down here. If you're stuck in gold, you know what I'm saying. You may not agree with me, but it is. I've seen it in Marvel Rivals. I've seen it in Destiny 2, seen it in Overwatch, seen it in Apex Legends. These are the players that they always blame everybody else except for themselves, and they hard stuck down here. You do not want to be that guy. You do not want to be that girl. You do not want to be that person. You are better than that. You're going to learn, because like I said, it's win or learn. And this is what you have to do to get out of gold. You have to start building matchup knowledge. You have to learn who is your demon. What is a demon? A demon is a character or a player that you cannot beat. You have to go into CFN, go into your stats, figure out what matchup you have the hardest with. Then you go look up your favorite player or replays and figure out that matchup. Like we're using Cammy here, the matchup then we probably have a problem with is DJ. We will go to CFN, look up all the Cammy players, all the pro players that play Cammy, and look up and see if they within the day, the week, or last month did they play any DJs, and we're going to study that video. Or we can go to replay and look at replay and pick which replay we want. You understand what I'm saying? To pick any replay from any random player, any Cammy versus DJ player, and we're going to study it. That's what you need to do. Also, this is when analysis paralysis set in, or this is when doubt come in, because you're going to be losing a lot in here. You're going to. So don't panic. Don't rush. Learn to be patient. Gold is where you learn how to be patient, because people will try to rush you down, especially the modern players. Modern players, one button using players, will try anything and everything. Also, with that being said, modern Wi-Fi players are the worst, and they will do everything. They learn the gimmicks. They will use every gimmick to beat you instead of learning the matchup. This is why you will advance faster than they will, because you'll learn the matchup. They're just learning gimmicks. And also, this is the area where you'll be more patient and learn patient, because when they win, or even if they lose, they're one and done and they'll leave. 9 times out of 10, I'm not saying all modern players, but 9 times out of 10, most of the modern players will one and done you. Either if they win, they'll leave. If they lose, they'll leave. They won't continue to set. So this is where in gold, where you have to learn to be patient and learn how to don't get tilted, so to speak. This is the area. This is the area right here in gold. And once you do that, you're on and popping, and you're in platinum. And so there you have it. That's the end of the first part, or the first part of the video in the 2-part series, ranking and how to get up, advancing your ranks. Like I said, the first video is dealing with rookie all the way up to platinum. The next video is going to deal solely with platinum and diamond, going up to masters. But if you like this video, please like and subscribe. And also in the comments, tell me how you feel. Did you like this video? Did you hate this video? Constructive criticism is always welcomed. I really appreciate you guys. I really appreciate you and the community, and your ideas, your views, and your input. I appreciate it. As far as making this video, as far as how long did it take? Sitting down, roughly, it took me 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours just to go through the rank. As far as going up the ranks. Now it's going to take a little bit longer with the platinum and the diamond, especially in the diamond. And we'll talk about that in the next video. You guys have a blessed one as well as a good one, and we'll talk to you guys soon. All right, bye.